Greetings once again. The What It Takes Radio Company presents. Today, we're going to be on the edge. That's right, a coaching experience from the Creator Entrepreneur Network. And today we ask, could it be that this is the time of the year for you to do a little bit of canceling? That's right. Sometimes a cancel culture might be a good thing. Let's see what that's all about. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Stan the radio man, Stan the coach man. As someone used to say, Stan's the one who has a plan. Well, not always, but oftentimes that's what I do. Hopefully I do it well. And today, this is the subject. It's perfect at this time of year. It's time to cancel and it's time to create. What we all need in our life is a cancel and creation culture. And let me take a few minutes today on this day after Labor Day, which in the United States is a major holiday, not only celebrated to celebrate the people who make life happen because they labor and do work, but for all of us, as we kind of say, okay, the summertime is past and now the autumn or the fall season is before us. School has restarted. The vacation time may have come to an end. And so now it's kind of back to work, back to school, and back perhaps to some new beginnings. I particularly celebrate the fact that my friends in the Jewish tradition view that the actual new year does not begin with the fireworks and all of that. Perhaps the fire water and the football that happens on the traditional January 1st, but usually in the late late summer, early fall, usually in the fall, around September, October, our Jewish friends start the Days of Awe, which begins with Rosh Hashanah, which is the new year. And then it goes for 10 days in which we are to reflect on our life and our business and how we're going to do life and how we're going to try and do the next year with the holiest of days, Yom Kippur. And obviously in the news of the day, special thoughts and prayers for those people in the Jewish tradition, and particularly in the country of Israel. There is no doubt about it that what we are dealing with is a rise in what I can just simply have to call a Jewish hate. It's not just anti-Israel, it's anti, as the Hamas says, they are very much involved in wanting to make sure that there are no more Jews around to bother them. And that's part of what's happened. And I pray and say that we need to cancel Hamas. Yes, they need to be canceled. And we can decide how that perhaps should be done. Boy, that's the world we are in right now. So what I would like to suggest, though, is that we are, and this is a theme, this is a background that I've used for many years, just simply saying is from time to time, if we are truly going to make life work, we're going to find ourselves on the edge. And that's not always a very comfortable place to be. But that's where creativity and oftentimes new ideas come from, not because we sit comfortable in the center of all things, but when we go out and perhaps reach out and live a little bit dangerously, a little bit at risk. We are on the edge, and obviously that means we could fall off, and something might go not so good, maybe very wrong. And those of us in the United States also, and we join the rest of the world, the political situation is got many of us on the edge. And that's not just true in the United States. I think the political institutions that govern our world have certainly been in such a situation and such a predicament and such a lack of leadership that we'd like to cancel a lot of them. And then, well, the point would be is if we're going to cancel them, what are we going to create in their place? And I'd like to put that in terms of life today. I have not been on the radio. I have not been on the video for 4 days. Now, that's kind of unusual for me. My last program was on Friday, flowing into the time on Saturday as part of the Transformation Project. And by the way, that was a very good program. I would encourage you to go back and see it and learn from it as we were shown the power that in these challenging times, how we must have a strong, radical resilience in our lives. And so, may I ask you, make a resolution to start canceling out the fears in your life. Cancel and seek to live and create some strength, some radical resilience in your life. Now, I have some ways to do that, and we're going to come out with a program, just an hour program, and it is how to put radical resilience into your life and in your business. And as my good friend Tim Hare, who joins me in the Jesus Entrepreneur Experience and a variety of other things as a venture capitalist, will say, that is the premier quality that he looks for when he's going to decide whether he's going to and his company invest in a new venture or believe the pitch that is given to them as people try to get creative funding for their enterprise, for their new business. He wants to look at the team and see, do they have that quality of resilience? Because he knows that it will be difficult. It will be challenging. If they all think it's going to be great and easy, it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be hard to be great. And it is the proverbial, falling flat on your you-know-what and getting back up and striking out 3 or 4 or 5 times and keep coming up to bat and keep striking and keep hitting and keep trying. Resilience. So perhaps if you would right now just say, almost prayerfully and thoughtfully, help me cancel my fears and give me great creativity. And in particular, give me the gift of resilience in these challenging times. So may I encourage you to do that. But then, as I went through 4 days, I didn't do anything. I just took time to celebrate a wonderful creation of relationships. A family wedding took place. And what made it even more unique is we just didn't go, show up for the wedding. They had it made in such a way that those of us who were good family and friends, we participated in it. We helped set things up in the outside. We helped take things down. We helped make sure this wasn't just hired out to all of the various wedding vendors. It was the family and friends who put the whole thing together. And then celebrated it together, and then cleaned up all of the stuff together, put things back together, and wish the couple good things. And so that took us 3 or 4 days to get all of that done and then be back in front of the studio. But during that time, it caused me to actually go through what I'm going through right now, and that is to say, okay, there are certain challenges that I know I must meet and overcome. That's just the deal. It's not optional. Faith and finances and physical fitness and all of those things. I have obstacles and challenges. I have to not only meet them, I have to be more than a conqueror. I have to win. That's because I can't afford to lose in some of those situations. However, then with that kind of focus, bang, 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 what am I going to stop doing? It may be a good idea, but right now, what's the priority? And so I literally went through and I just gave my wife a list of subscription channels. She said, "Well, which ones do you watch?" And I said, "Well, I don't watch that one anymore. I watch very little television, and I almost always just simply, trying to find a good film or a good documentary." And so I gave her a list of, let's cancel these. It'll save us a few dollars, which will be helpful. So we're canceling some of the channel streaming subscriptions and just focusing on the ones or two or three that we can find the most useful thing for us. I'm also very much looking at the various projects and opportunities I have now. This is where I'm very fortunate. I have a lot of opportunities. However, I'm not so sure they will be workable, sustainable, or if they can be done now. And so, of all the opportunities, uh, do I push some down from number 3 to number 5? Do I push number 5 up to number 2? And which of those do I just cancel? And that doesn't mean they're dead, but they're dead for now. There could be a resurrection. Resurrection and rebirth is a part of life. And oftentimes, in effect, part of the way you make things happen is putting things aside and then going back to them at another time and space and kind of resurrect what had been canceled or what had been dead. So I went through that process and then, in effect, saying, okay, these are the things I'm going to give some top priority to right now. These are the ones that make the most sense right now. The Labor Day time and the Labor Day, you might say, week after, as things are gearing back up and other things are slowing back down, this is a time to cancel and create. To cancel and create. And begin to see how we can live differently, more adventurously, less fearfully, and perhaps more profitably and more fruitfully, and perhaps gain some good things and share those things with others. Clean up your mess and create something that will bless. Clean up your mess and create something that will bless. So those are my thoughts. I'm on the edge. I would appreciate, we're going to go through this week on talking similarly about some of those things that I am canceling very briefly. But then there are new opportunities that I know could be very profitable and fruitful, and maybe you would like to be a part of them. You'd like to join me on the edge because you say, that touches me. I think I would like to do that. I think I would be good at that. I think I could make some money doing that. I think I could really serve others by doing that. I'm going to cancel so that I can create. That's how the world works best. We learn as we move through our journey, through our adventure, through our risk-taking, that things get canceled and things get created. Let's pray for the wisdom, insight, and truth to do that well. I'm Stan Houston, living on the edge, where we all inevitably will live from time to time. And hopefully this will be something that will make life better for you and better for us all, starting now. Best and blessings. Till next time. Bye for now.